Hello and welcome to episode 19 here on the BaconCraft server. I am Hodag, and the plan for today is something that has been bugging me for a while, you guys. Look at behind me. Look at that. Just got 4 chests. Well, let's look and see what's in those 4 chests, shall we? Just tons of random junk, random junk, random junk. Where's my good stuff? Where do I have clay stored in here? Anybody see the clay? Oh yeah, over here's the stone and cobblestone. That kind of these 2 sections. This section is that and that and that. But then, you know, what else fits with the stone here? Well, of course, dirt and that stuff and random glass, and it's just a mess. Look, there's my good stuff. You would never know because it's not labeled. Nothing up there. Oh yeah, there's just some wood over here, and I'm running super low on wood. Oh jeez. So that's not really the plan. I think we might be able to kind of do a couple things today. I'm going to try to fix up the sorting room a little bit, you know, my storage room here, and try to label some things. I might expand it a little bit with the same pattern. I'm going to try to, I might have to relocate like some of these systems here, because this is the sugarcane. Over here's the wheat, potato, carrots, and beetroot sorters and all the seeds. But then way on this side is where we have our citrus, I keep saying citrus, the chorus fruit. Why is there, see, there's slime balls in the chorus fruit. Actually, that's going to keep happening because I just realized that slimes do spawn in there, and apparently every once in a while they die in there. That's kind of funny, actually. Okay, but the main thing, this is the main thing. You see this? This is where we've been cooking all the glass that we use. Now, it wouldn't be a problem if we only had to cook a few things, like a little bit of glass here and there, maybe some potatoes. You know, that would be fine, but we are cooking massive quantities of glass to keep expanding our ocean. And we are cooking glass over for the ocean temple, which isn't connected up yet. We need a furnace. We need an efficient system here to cook all of our things. Ooh, look at that. I didn't even know I had iron because this is so inefficient. So, what we're going to be doing, we're going to be doing an industrial smelter kind of deal. And we're going to do it down here somewhere in the storage area. I've never done one before. And I kind of know how they work. How they work is you basically have a bunch of furnaces. I'm planning to have like 32 or something. Okay, 32 furnaces. And then you have one chest where you put your coal. One chest is your input, like I would put sand in there, and then one chest is your output, like it would come out glass. And so I really only deal with 3 chests, and then hopper mine carts and things like go over the top of all these other hoppers and distribute the coal and all the items into all of the chests evenly, and then there's hoppers underneath that pull the stuff out when it's done and put it into the output chest. That I know. But I've never built one before, and if that sounded like an easy system to you, then you probably have, because I haven't done it before. And I'm going to challenge myself to, I have that basic knowledge of how they work, but I'm going to challenge myself to not look at any tutorials, even though I know there's a million out there. So we're gonna mess with that and try to build it, and you just, you know, cross your fingers that it doesn't take me many days to figure it out. But let's get going here. I'm going to make some changes to the storage room and try to figure out where we're going to put this thing, and then we can get to building it after that. Okay, here's one problem. We cleaned up a little bit down the storage area, but I got bugged by another thing. If I want to go, I want to go to the ocean temple, I want to go to Jiggle's house, I want to go to the starter village, or to the spawn, or to the end. Here's how I get there. Look at this junk. Here's how I get outside. Look at it. Here's my portal. Yeah, that's gonna change. Check it. This is what I'm thinking. Okay, you go down the elevator. This is where I mainly go anyways. I have to go like up that elevator and then back down here. Why not put the portal right here? Little archway there, very nice. Go through it, and then here, once we hammer all this wall out, that's where we're gonna have our industrial furnace. And For the storage area, I'm just going to simply extend it and start kind of labeling some of these chests. I may move the hoppers, I may move sugarcane, all of our automatic stuff to like one part. So like maybe this whole part will be the food here. Over here is going to be all of the, you know, anything else that we can automate, all of these chests. So I may move that stuff so it's all in one spot and then start labeling things up. But here, check it out. Boom. It looks crap right now because there's nothing behind it, but yeah, I like it better. I like this much better. And with that short work, I am proud to say that our new portal is all hooked up. I have tested it already, and it is working. Now, with that being said, it is not exactly where it should be in the nether. The reason I put it where it is, because I ran all the way down this hallway and lined it up exactly perfectly in the center with our starter village room that I already built. So eventually when I do build a hallway connecting us straight up to that with the ice and everything, we will completely be ready to just book it straight into the villager room and then keep going on our boats and go wherever we want to go. And then I think what I'm going to actually do eventually, this is the plan, is our ocean temple portal is over there and our portal here is right here, and I might eventually build another farm on some other island around us or have to put another portal somewhere else. So I think I'm going to have like a giant room here that signifies my base, but it's going to be in the nether, and you'll be able to go over, run straight over directly to the ocean temple portal, be able to go into my portal, be able to go into all of kind of my portals, and then if you want to, you can go straight off into the starter village or the end or wherever you want to go. So that's kind of the plan, but I want to wait around to do that until we've built more of our base and we know if there's going to be any more portals around here, something like that. So yeah, that's the plan eventually. Let's get back to building, fixing up the storage area and building this smelter. Well, here's to hoping that that's a big enough room for it. I hope so. And then obviously we can't start it because we need stuff basically on this side and on this side probably of the actual part that I'll be walking in, because this is only going to be 3 wide with furnaces on both sides. But the tracks and everything are going to have to run behind that, and because this is here, can't really start the room. That'll be like the wall of the room, and maybe here could be like our first furnace. Maybe, even that's getting pretty close. I don't know what the actual circuitry looks like on this thing, so I think that's enough maybe, but we'll see when we get there. And we have to be really careful if we're not going to move our item transporters because that's right directly above the room. In dead center, I think. Yeah, so I might end up moving this entire thing, and then that'll kind of free up a lot of room, but we'll see. Yep, looks like it's time to repair up some tools. This shouldn't take long. I think I broke spruce trees. Did they grow upside down? What happened? Okay. Alright, moving on. Getting some more trees. Okay, it's been about an hour or two since my last cut, and I just want to give you guys a quick update. Here's what I'm kind of trying to figure out the decor of this situation so that I can actually place in the redstone and all the wiring behind the furnaces. But this is where the furnaces are going to go. There's 32 of them. And so I know that there's going to be like tracks on blocks that are at this level, so tracks just above there. Actually hoppers here and hoppers at the top, and coal will go on one and the input stuff will go on the other one. Then there's going to be hoppers below, which is the output, which will carry that over and probably be over here somewhere. But yeah, I do want lava underneath because I'm kind of going with an Hephaestus look. Hephaestus is the leader of the forges in the underworld, not the underworld, but in ancient Greek philosophy. Going back to ancient Greek again, I don't know why, but it's cool. So I do want there to be lava. I'm not sure about the checkered glass here. I just had that, so I'm going to use it. I do want glass in front of the furnaces like this, so you're never going to go up and actually access them. They're just going to be auto-used. I'm going to build with coal. I know that. I know that this is way too much orange, but I do want to have orange, the orange sandstone in there kind of is a cool color. So orange and black and red. I don't know about purple. I don't want to use any wood. Those are the decisions I've made so far, and I think I want the roof to be this big, so it will be this big the entire way down. Other than that, I don't know. So it's going to take me a little while. I'm going to keep messing around and try to come up with some sort of design that I like, and then I'll be back. This is how Minecraft normally goes. It's been like 30 minutes, and I've decided that I basically hated everything I said I was sure about in the last clip. Except for the lava. I still want the lava. But the orange that I was like definitely set on in the beginning, I hate it now. It's gone. Every piece of it. There's no orange in this at all. But I got no blocks. I'm liking those. I like how they go with the black. I like the whole dark and red, like black and red kind of, black and red and white. Maybe that could be it. Who knows? I might be back in 30 minutes again. Oh my god. Zombie Pigman came through my portal and is in my elevator. He's upstairs now. Well, here it is, you guys. It's, yeah. So simple compared to what I started with, and I'm not even sure if I like it. So again, if you know another way I could build this that would look cool, you go ahead and let me know. But another thing is I went ahead and I put all of the hoppers in. It was like 2 stacks of hoppers or something like that. It was a lot of hoppers. And I'm so good at redstone that I've already hooked up the output line. It's completely set. Here it is. I went ahead and I ran hoppers all the way around the outside. It was very difficult to redstone up, but I got it. Not really. I could have done that I could have saved resources with the hopper minecart as well, but nah, I'm already using 2 hopper minecarts up here, so that's fine. Alright, but I was just joking, you guys. All I did was put hoppers in. It's not that difficult. But, yep, I'm going to go ahead and figure out this other part after I go get pizza, because it's pizza time. That's it. It's pizza time, so I'm going to go get pizza. See you guys. Okay, no joke. I went and got pizza 6 hours ago. I finished eating it pretty quickly, and it's taken me that long. 6 hours, you guys. 6 hours of messing around with a few chests and hoppers and comparators and things like that. I mean, I started with the most basic. I started with hopper minecarts, trying to figure out how it would read a signal. Look at it. I thought it was going to read a signal on powered rails. It doesn't even read a signal on powered rails. You have to use activator rails. Okay, so I figured that out. I was trying to figure out how far the signal would go. Then I was like, okay, so I saw something where like a piston pushes out and that stops the minecart from rolling away, and it sits here and gets loaded up and everything's good, and then when it gets loaded up to a high enough extent, it will retract and let the minecart travel out and go distribute amongst the furnaces, and then it'll come back and it'll hold it again until it gets it. And then I was trying to figure out, okay, there's 32 furnaces. I need to basically stop this thing until it has at least 32 items in it, like sand, and then it's going to let it go and go distribute those and come back. But what if it gets to the end? It's not going to let it go unless it has 32, and then there's just going to be excess items in here. So there's got to be some sort of overflow system, or every 5 minutes it lets it go just to distribute whatever items are left. But then it's like, well, what if I fill it, and then right after that it's like the end of the 5 minutes, and it's just going to take off with like 12 things in it. And so that was a nightmare. And then I was like, you see this? Hold on, check this out. Okay, well, let's just do this. Let's do this. Okay, ready? Check out this minecart coming. Vloop, stopped. It took me 30 to 45 minutes to figure out that a minecart can simply fit underneath the block and then it will stop, and really all you have to control is the block retracting. Seriously, this over here, look at how I had like indicator rails on both sides, and I was trying to wire up some funky redstone and then like measure it out and figure out how many items it would have to go into, extend the signal to a certain amount, and then block this off and then reopen and get the timing correct so that it would go in and get triggered and go out and then back in, and then after 45 minutes I accidentally nudged it and realized that it would just go underneath the block automatically. This is real. This is real redstone, you guys. After 3.5 hours, I finally declared myself a failure, and I went online and started looking up systems. like furnace, like auto smelting systems, and I could barely find any that were from anything before 1.8 or after 1.8. I mean, like the new ones, and they were all like just hopper related. None of them had minecart rails, and I knew there was a system with it. And I finally found some, but they were old. And then I ended up having to go back into old Let's Play videos of Minecrafters that I watched, like especially Azumavoid, who was talking about a system that him and Rendog came up with. And it's this system. This is the ending system. I had copied it, more or less. I forgot this one redstone block. But when I copied it, I was like, okay, it took me another 10 minutes to figure out exactly what was happening here. And I was pretty pumped because after 3.5 hours, I was on the right path. Like, I knew that chest minecart would stop here. And I knew that this is where the hopper had to go that filled it because it was getting locked in other places. So I had that already. And I was just along the path of finding out that you were going to have to put a comparator here and a comparator for the hopper and measure both of them to kind of set it up and make sure that it worked and continued. I just didn't have the rest figured out. So I was really excited to see how much I'd actually figured out. But then I got it in here and I didn't, when I was building it off of like his Let's Play and pausing it, trying to catch a glimpse of what he had actually done, I didn't have this redstone block here. And watch what happens when you don't have the redstone block here. It'll only take a second here. Let's see, we bump this up, put that there, put that there. Okay, watch this hopper. Okay. Oh wait, it has to have something in it, sorry. Okay, let's just put that in it. Oh wait, it has to have a stack in it. I'll just tell you, okay. When it doesn't have that redstone there, what happens, or the redstone block, what happens is that it sends like a half tick or like a 1 tick pulse through the system every time that hopper minecart comes over, or the chest minecart, even if it has like 26 out of 27 stacks in it, and it comes up here and then tries to go back out, what happens is there's just like a 1 tick pulse after it leaves, and this block will get stuck like that. It detaches from the sticky piston because that's how that works. So then it'll come back the next time and it'll just sit here. So you'd potentially have like 26 stacks or 25 stacks like this. Like 25 stacks of sand or cobblestone or whatever you're trying to smelt just sitting here, never able to go. And so it took me like 45 more minutes to figure out that redstone block and then how it actually worked. This has been my entire night, you guys. I was thinking that I was kind of sad about that, but then I realized, you know what, I'm getting a lot better at redstone because of it. And and this is real, you guys. You guys watch a 20-minute, 30-minute video. I spent 6 hours trying to figure out how to just do this. Look at this. It's like it's like 10 blocks. 10. It fits in a 3x3 space, 2 high, almost like 3 high-ish. Okay. What the heck? I hate it. I hate this. Okay. Tomorrow I'm going to wake up bright and early. I'm going to just dump this on the BaconCraft server. 2 of them. 2 chest hopper minecart loading stations. One for the sand and the input. One for this guy who's just going around in circles right now because I didn't hook his up. But one that comes off of here and does the same thing. And then it's going to be beautiful when it's done. It's going to be great, you guys. Minecraft's going to be so much better tomorrow. It's going to be so good. Alright, see you guys tomorrow. Alright, everybody, tomorrow is here. And I have a few updates here, a few things that have happened. Number 1, today I did 4 clips, and I did 4 clips earlier today with my microphone not plugged in. So this is going to be a summary of a bunch of stuff that's happened. Number 1, I finished this room, the hallway, everything. I spent a couple 30 to 45 minutes this morning hooking up the rest of the fuel and the unloading and the loading sections for the hopper minecart. So those are all in. We even have an on and off switch that I added, which I've even connected to the lights. Look at that. Ew, that looks cool. But the lava keeps it so light already that it's hard to notice much difference. Anyways, we have our fuel, which is still loading up. Once this stack is gone, there's actually 81 stacks of coal that have been they're either waiting in the hopper minecart, it's not a hopper minecart, it's a chest minecart, or they're already in the furnaces. The furnaces are pretty much stocked. Then there's the input. In a second we're going to put in some potatoes. And then the on and off switch. With the on switch on, it basically means that they have the freedom to the chests are going to get filled up. They're going to be distributing, coming back and forth. But if we didn't have an off switch, those hopper minecarts that aren't actually hopper minecarts, chest minecarts, would always be moving. And that's annoying. So that's why I installed the off switch. And then here, of course, is our output chest. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead, it's already on, we're going to go ahead and throw all of our taters in here. And now the way this works is until these 8 stacks are actually inside of the chest, it's not going to start moving, it's not going to start going. But once it does, these already have all the fuel in it. So the first round that it makes is like the coolest one, because the chest minecart just goes straight. It goes pretty fast across all these and drops one item in as it goes. And so you see just like they all like turn on just one after the other all the way down the line and then all the way straight back down this line. It's the coolest thing ever. But I also did this morning is I went and I did a bunch of strip mining around here for like 3 hours, 4 hours. I went through a bunch of caves, enough that I had so many more resources that I've got us like another stack and a half of diamonds, a bunch more redstone. I replenished our blocks of iron nearly, since we've ran through a lot of them with all those hoppers. I got tons more gold, kind of maxed us out there again. And I got a ton of coal, which is nice because we had to put a bunch in the furnace over there. Also replenished our lapis here. But I went ahead and I did that because I was going to be like, yeah, then I can show them how this thing works and I can smelt something that I actually need. Well, it was like 9 and then some stacks of iron and almost 3 stacks of gold. It was really cool. I was going to smelt it all up for you guys, and then I blew it. So now we're just going to cook some taters. But I'm going to wait till these are almost in there, and then I'll come back right before it's about to send it along the line so you guys can see them all fire up. It's awesome. Alright everybody, we're on our last stack of potatoes. I just wanted to mention, I did time it when I was cooking the iron and the gold earlier, and it takes about 40 seconds once the first furnace starts going on for us to have a full stack in here in our output. Because you got to imagine that it's cooking 32 items at a time, so 32 items finished and then funnel through the hopper system over here into our output, and that's a lot. In fact, it cooks stuff faster than oh, there it goes. Yeah. Seriously, I'm never going to get sick of seeing that. That is awesome. That is so awesome. And it evenly distributes it too. So I have 8 stacks of 8 stacks of this stuff. So each of these sides, it's 16. 16 divided by 4. 32 divided by 8 is 4. So yeah, 4 furnaces is basically going to cook 1 stack. So there should be basically 16 in each of these eventually, and it's going to cook 16. But just watch. It should have had time to cook through 1 potato at least now. We already have 1 stack of baked potatoes, because all of a sudden 32 baked potatoes drop through the system and then come funneling in. So it took me for 9 stacks of iron, took just over 5 minutes, 5.5 minutes, something like that. This thing cooks stuff incredibly fast. So the next time we have to cook a bunch of glass for our underwater sea thing, it's going to be just pleasant. I'm just going to run in here, drop my stuff in, and then go and do some mining and come back, and it's going to be everything done in a couple seconds. It's so awesome. Anyway, so this is done now. I'm super pleased with it. I could do some more decorating probably still, but it's done. It's functional, and the only thing we need to do now is fix up some sort of system here so that I know where to find my junk and actually store it properly. So let's do that. I have been one busy bee, you guys. Storage section is now done, and I've spent the last few hours moving everything else that we've had on the server from all the different spots over to this place, including all the rest of the sea lanterns, anything kind of sea related from the end, over from our first main base section, which is no longer our first main base section. There's almost nothing over there anymore. It's all here, you guys, and this is looking nice. If you didn't already notice, I extended each of these sides kind of 2 more sections. So we've doubled our storage section. We've doubled our storage space. I've kept a lot of things where they were. For instance, our food is all still here. Then I brought in all this. Basically, I wanted to cut down the amount of leg sometimes that these item frames will take if I have too many of those. So instead I just kind of labeled things. Obviously this is from the ocean temple, everything in those chests. It's not labeled individually because if you're a random person who comes in here, you don't need to be in my storage. I know where everything is. I know that this left one is this kind of block and the next one is the other block. And this one, I know that the first one here is actually the drops from our farm. You know, and then we gotta see everything from the nether over here, kind of random stuff here. There's still 2 sections open because we will be building more things and getting more things. This is our wood here. We got a bunch of stone kind of things on this side. A bunch of things that you need silk touch for here, and then some sand and gravel, and here's all of our good stuff. Here is our kind of tree related nature, leaves, flowers, vines, dyes, things like that, and all of our mob drops are over on this side here too. Got plenty of ender chest storage. I got even like armor stands up in the corners here because you got a couple maintenance hatches here to get behind everything. Here's what the back of the input and output for the fuel and everything looks for our farm, our auto smelter that I just built. Crazy. And then at the ends, you've probably already noticed it. What is this? Well, this brings us up to level 11, which is where I like to mine, and we haven't been doing much mining yet at all in this area yet, other than the earlier in this episode, I guess, when I did a few mining things but then forgot to record them. But yeah, so now we can mine out this area. We got our portal moved, we got our auto smelter, we got everything organized. Yes, things are coming together. I'm pretty excited, you guys. It was kind of frustrating. I don't know if it was OCD or what, having to deal with all of that unorganization or whatever you want to call it, but we're all organized. But unfortunately that is all the time we have for this episode, you guys. If you liked what you saw here today, hit the like button, hit the tweet button, hit the comment button, hit the subscribe button, find other buttons and hit them for fun. I don't know. But anyway, on behalf of all the Hodags out there who like all this storage area and everything else that we've done today, I want to thank you for watching and have a great day, you guys.